Hey, what's up, guys? This video's about the downfall of PlayStation. Whether you're a gamer or not, everyone heard about the announcement PlayStation has made. They're no longer going to be doing physical copies. Everything's going to be digital. I think it was a 2028. I know there's some other stuff they're talking about coming out as far as other games, but I'm gonna pick up the Wolverine game. Blade, they're not gonna do the Blade game because they already ditched the film. The guy that's over, making the Blade video game is already complaining about, it's going over budget. So they're not gonna make the Blade game for reasons I know why, but I don't want to stretch the video out, right? But I know why. They're not gonna do the Blade film. They're not gonna make they're gonna ditch the Blade game, even though they already working on it right now. But I won't be surprised if you go ahead and say, hey, we're not gonna do the Blade game, even though the Blade video game was still like hotcakes. But if you know, you know. But anyway, I think they said 2028. So we all know Grand Theft Auto is coming out supposedly, right? Even though they got the date on there and everything. You go to the PlayStation Store, it has a date. I think it's for like October or something like that's supposed to come out. The Wolverine game is coming out next month, I believe. So I don't know. Was it Gears of War? Is supposed? I don't know. Like I know they say it's an Xbox exclusive, but I don't know. Maybe eventually it'll get on there. I don't know. If not, that's fine, because what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna switch over. I was already gonna do a PC build, but that won't happen right now. But I will do one eventually. So either way, I'm switching over. Once they start doing the whole digital thing, once they start making physical copies, I'm pretty much just gonna switch over. I'm not like in this thing too. I gotta say this: they have two ways of buying digital. You either gotta have the membership, the yearly subscription, right? And you get a little discount, but you don't own it. Because why you don't own it? Because you have to continue to have that subscription. If you don't have that PlayStation subscription, the one you can pay for every month or every year, and they have 3 different tiers, you can't play the video. Because I have a couple on my system right now, and like whenever I don't have it hooked up to the internet, all of a sudden it's like this is not working. Like, why is it? I said I just bought it. Why is it not working? I went back to the Play Store. I'm like, okay, I see it has a PlayStation Plus logo on there, under next to purchase. I'm like, all right, but you get a discount. But that's the catch. You get a discount, but you'll never own it because you have to always have a subscription. I'm like, man, so they got me on that. So I ended up buying the same game twice. Luckily, the game was like $5 or whatever. But I do have other games that's under the subscription. So if I don't have that, if that subscription is not activated, if it's not activated, I can't play those games. Okay, I see what's going on now. So, but they have it to where you actually can buy it. You download to your system or your SD drive, whatever. You're good to go. So I do have games. Also, matter of fact, did I buy a Batman game? No, I bought it. It was like dirt cheap, like $5. Even though that game is super old, you already know which one I'm talking about. The latest one. Well, not the latest one. Let me tell you back. Arkham. Arkham Knight or whatever. Not Arkham Knight. God dang, I forgot it. The one that came out was 2015 or whatever. This is an Arkham Knight. Arkham, is it Arkham City or something? Anyway, I forgot. But forgive me on that. But the one that came out like 2015. So I bought that on my PS4, and then when I got my PS5, I transferred that later when I got my PS5. So, but anyway, I bought that digital one. Whether the internet works or not, or if I don't have, subscription, or if I have a subscription or not, it's gonna play every single time. So you got to be careful when you go buy the games in the Play Store. Make sure it doesn't have that PlayStation Plus logo, the yellow D-pad. If it has that logo, you'll never own it, because you always have to have an active PlayStation Plus membership. So keep that in mind. Even though they give you a discount, that's how they get you, because they give you a little discount if you have the PlayStation Plus membership. You don't want that. You want the one that doesn't have anything. All it says is it has the price, and then you put purchase. That's it. If it has the PlayStation yellow D-pad on there, don't buy it. I don't care if it's for $1. Like, don't buy it, because you'll never own it. Like, you can't download. You can't on your system or your SD. No, you can't do none of that. So make sure it doesn't have the yellow SD. The yellow D-pad, PlayStation Plus D-pad on there. Just make sure it's a regular sell. So that's the thing too. A lot of people say, oh, you know, I'm just gonna, you know, to switch over, you know, for a different company. I understand that, but you can buy the games and it's yours. Just make sure it doesn't have the PlayStation Plus, a yellow D-pad. That's all I'm saying. But if they, you know, continue to, if they really go through with it, because right now they testing the market, they're gonna see what's up. You know, Grand Theft Auto, everybody hooting and hollering about that. That's gonna do numbers. That's gonna sell a lot of copies. So what they really thinking is, okay, well, when Grand Theft Auto drops, whenever, if it's this year or whenever it do drop, they're banking on that. Like everybody will just not forget about, but everybody will just go along with the program. That okay, well, PlayStation's is no longer gonna be doing physical copies. So they hoping, they banking on Grand Theft Auto 6 and hoping that's gonna persuade people to go ahead and go along with the program. Me personally, I buy both digital and hard copy. Normally, you know, it's just, that's what it, but obviously, you know, you're not gonna put well, you could, but that's gonna be hell of expensive. You know, you try to get a damn SSD card or a drive, you can do that, but at the end of the day, it's like, I like to have both, because I don't want to have everything on my system, right? So certain games I'll buy, you know, digital, certain games I'll buy hard copy. It just depends on how I'm feeling, but I like both. But if it gets to the point to where everything's gonna be digital, that's when the problem comes into play, because I want options. Like everybody else, you want out, what you do with those options up to you, but at the end of the day, I want options. So if you're gonna restrict me from having physical copies, that's gonna be a problem. Because remember, you have Xbox, you know, you have PC, of course, that's digital as well, but you have other ways to play video games. You know, what's the Steam Deck? So, and then if anything, the way this is going, if it don't work out in their favor, then expect Sega to come back, and this time they should do it the right way, unlike the Dreamcast, which was good, but it was finicky. It wasn't consistent. I know they got some people they still have Dreamcast to this day. It's still working. I understand that, especially nowadays. You can fix it, right? Like, we got all this tech that's going on. We can fix it, but don't be surprised if Sega come back and then they drop another console. So if that happens, that'd be a perfect time for Sega to come back, and then, you know, for them to drop another system. It'd be a perfect time for them to do that, because I guarantee you this, a lot of people, and I'm gonna say this too, it's 2026, but you still have a lot of people that don't have a PS5. Like, they want, not everybody wants a PS5, right? Like everybody wants, not everybody gonna want an Xbox, not everybody gonna want a PS5, not everybody gonna want a Steam Deck, but you do have a lot of people in 2026 that still can't get a PS5. It's crazy. So I guess it's in certain cities or whatever, but that's true. Like, I see the people online and they still trying to get, I'm like, God, what's going on over there? But anyway, that's the truth. But you will have people that do have a PS5 and they're gonna decide to either sell it, or they'll just go ahead and just stop buying games and they'll just get them another console. So you got the Switch, you got all these other consoles that came out. So, you know, we have options to go other directions, but the way I see it, I really believe they're banking on Grand Theft Auto 6, and then that's going to distract everybody, and then they hoping that everybody will start going along with the program when it come down to just buying digital. But I'm gonna say this again: make sure it doesn't have the PS Plus logo, the yellow D-pad logo, when you about to purchase a video game. If you have that next to the video game, you'll never own it, because you will always have to have that PS Plus subscription. Now I understand, like, if you were to do the math, if you get the basic, you know, I always get the basic one, I don't need all the extra stuff. If you get the basic, you know, the basic plan, was it $80 I think now? I know they went up a little bit. You divide that by 12, you can do that. So it's not expensive, even though they did go up. It's like, hey bro, like anything, make it $50. Like, you got millions and millions of people, but that's greed, right? That's just how it is. It's greed. So they can never get enough. They're gonna try everything they can to squeeze every dollar out of us. So that's the only thing about it. Like, well, the PS Plus wasn't expensive. It's still not expensive. It's like, I'm cool. I think it was like $70. 70. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's been a while. It's been years. I've just been paying. It hasn't been to the point where it's like, oh man, it's expensive. Because you gotta remember, you're paying for the whole year. So if anything, just make it $50. But they have other company. I think was it PS3. I think it was free or something like that. But you know, they changed it later on. But whatever. I understand they use some of that money to, you know, for the servers. They gotta have somebody to watch. You know, you gotta understand that too, right? But they keep going up. It's like, nah, y'all just being greedy now. So we'll see how they play out. Me personally, if it's to the point to where they be like, okay, well, the only way, you know, you can buy a game, which is crazy, if you have a PS Plus membership. Now they're gonna lose a lot of money if they do that. The only way they'll have you, if you're able to buy a game, is with a PS Plus membership. You got to have a PS Plus membership. they're gonna lose a lot of money. But I'm being honest with you guys, I know a lot of people pissed off, but as long as I'm able to rightfully own that video game, it's gonna be digital. I'm fine with that, but it's gonna be a problem because guess what? I can't buy any physical games. So with that being said, I will look somewhere else. I'm like, well, you know, if I see something that's like on sale or somebody, you know, even wrong, I'll be like, all right, well, I get that. But other than that, it's like, no, I don't want all my video games digital. I want both. I want hard copy and I want digital. I don't want to have to be trying to crank, like get more. And then on top of that, now you got to spend more money. Guess what? You're going to run out of space real quick. So you got to go out there and get you another, you know, SSD drive or, you know, a memory stick. Like, no, that stuff expensive. And then you got to remember, like, when the PS6 come out, how much storage is going to have? Because you literally have to store all your games on a system. So now, instead you get, you know, like some people try to be cool with it, like, you know, you get the Slim or the Pro, you automatically get the 1 terabyte. So, you know, we got people that try to be cool with it. Okay, I'm gonna give me an extra 2 terabytes. Even 1, but like, you know, most time people want that 2 terabyte. But they'll get the 1, and if anything, they get an SSD, depending on what kind of gamer you are, right? Of course, you game real hard, you're gonna get more storage. If you like a casual gamer, you know, that 1 terabyte, you probably, you know, get your a little SSD for like 2 terabytes or something like that. You're good to go. But with the PS6, it's like, well, how much you got to upgrade the storage on that? And on top of that, if you upgrade the storage, you know, you're talking about, oh, it's a shortage. You know, that BS. About, oh, you know, all these chip factories, all these what is it? The AI factories. You know, they taking up all the storage. So that's their excuse to charge even more. So the PS6 went from, you know, the system normally be the 500, well, not 500, like, you know, 350 to 500 bucks. So guess what? The PS6, because you got to add more storage to it. I'm gonna say this: you got to automatically put 3 terabytes on there, automatically, because people with the PS Slim and Pro, they already putting an extra terabyte in there off rip. The extra 1 terabyte to 2 terabytes off rip with the PS Slim and the PS Pro. So with the PS6, you automatically got to put 5. You automatically got to put 5. Like 4 is like, yeah, okay, because right now, but the system is already out, the PS5 is already out, the latest ones, they already, the average storage is 2 terabytes. 2 to 3 terabytes of storage. So the PS6, you can't do the same thing. Like, no, automatically you gotta make it 5. Automatically gotta make it 5. Because every game they buy is digital, they have to store it on the system. This is what it is for them for you to entice them to want to buy it. And on top of that, if you do that, guess what? Oh, you know, we got extra storage, we got to charge most. How much the game gonna be now? How much the system gonna be now? 1,500? 1,200? How much it gonna be now? Because you gotta add 3 more terabytes off rip. Automatically, no matter what, you automatically have to add 3 terabytes. It has to be 3 terabytes off rip. Like factory, out the door, like 3 terabytes. We ain't talking about no, because you know how they come out the first body style, and then like a couple years later, oh, here's the Slim, here's the Pro. No. Just the regular PS6 automatically had to have 3 terabytes. And then if you come out, we come out the newer body styles, you know, the Slim or the Pro, or you just skip the Slim, you probably just do a Pro, which, you know, they always do that. They always do the regular, the Slim, and Pro. The next 2 body styles, the next 2 upgrades, automatically have to have 5 terabytes. I don't care what nobody say. The base one, the one that you're gonna come out with first, automatically has to have 3 terabytes, automatically. And then when you drop the Slim and the Pro, they gotta have 5 terabytes off rip. That's what it is. So of course they're gonna use that. If they do it, they're gonna jack the price up sky high. So now you're paying the same price as your cell phone. You're paying $1,500, $2,000. You know, I'm just telling you guys what it is. Not saying you're gonna pay that, but that's what they're gonna shoot for. Well, we gotta go up on terabytes, so you know, on storage, so we gotta increase the price because it's a shortage. I hear you. How is it a shortage when the manufacturers are making it? Y'all act like y'all getting this from outer space. I hate that's the oldest trick in the book. Oh, you better buy it now while supplies last. What do you mean while supplies last? You mean China stopped making these things? Like, all this stuff's coming from China. So if I go to China right now and say, hey bro, I need a box of 2 terabyte SSD memory cards. You think China be like, oh yeah, we're short, we run out of supplies. They gonna be like, okay, well when you need it? Well, how fast you can give it to me? They gonna tell me how much it's gonna cost, and that's a wrap. So you telling everybody like, oh, it's a shortage. No, it's not, bro. They making this. If I fly right now, matter of fact, I don't have to fly anywhere. If I get on WhatsApp right now and call one of the manufacturers, I guarantee you 100% they in there getting busy. They cranking out them chips right now, the memory cards right now, as we speak. So don't believe in the BS about, oh, well, it's a shortage. They always do that because they want to, it's a basic scare tactic, trick. That's all they do is like, oh, it's a shortage. No, it's not a shortage, bro. It's not a shortage. It's like saying it's a shortage in vehicles. No, it's not, bro. You know how many companies make cars? No, it's not. If Toyota shuts down right now, you think Honda's gonna? No, they gonna keep making cars. Same thing with Saturn, Chevy, all these other. They gonna keep making cars, bro. Like, what are you talking about? So when they talk about, oh, it's a shortage because all the AR companies are coming. No, man, no. And I'm gonna say this too. The people, I'm not knocking hustle, but no, it's too late for that. Those SSDs you guys are finding, we all know we getting it from. You go into one of them damn what is it? You go into them damn box return little thrift stores or whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. People like when Best Buy, Walmart send in their returns and Amazon, they send in their returns, and you can buy the pallet. All they doing is going to them pallet stores where they return, we get the refunds and all that stuff like that, and they find them over there. So I see the people, because this was happening, last year, time go by fast, but this was happening a year or two ago, almost 2 years ago, year and a half ago. They had the same SSD, the 1 terabyte, the 2 terabyte, the strips. Like, I know it's the solid state drive, you got the one that's look like a little Frisbee or whatever, and then you got the actual one that you put inside your computer or your video game or whatever. But I'm talking about the little slim one. Everybody on Facebook Marketplace, you see that everybody and mama had that on Facebook Marketplace. And I'm gonna say this too, you do got some fakes. I got it before, like somebody sold me some fake little memory cards or whatever. So, but they do have some fake. I'm gonna put it out there too. They do have some fake ones too. So you got do your research, make sure it's legit. But anyway, everybody in mine was selling it was a 500 gigabyte, 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte. Everybody in mama on Facebook Marketplace was selling them damn memory cards. And then the price at first, because they don't know, right? If you get it from the store, I think it was like $200 or $150, whatever. So they get on there selling for the same price. I'm like, bro, whether it's used or new, it doesn't matter because you're selling on Facebook Marketplace. If I wanted to pay a brand new price, I'll just take my ass to Best Buy. But they don't know. They just whatever. They trying to get money. I understand it. So I'm not faulting them, but they'll figure it out, the hard way, right? Because obviously nobody's going to buy it. As time goes on, they trying to sell it because they're not keeping it. They trying to sell it over there. Nobody buying it for $200. Let me drop the price. All right, nobody buying it for this price. Let me drop the price. So it got to the point to where it went from $200 to $120. I literally was gonna get ready to buy one, but I got distracted doing something. And time went on. I forgot about it. Now they selling that same 1 terabyte and 2 terabyte for $500, for $300. I'm like, bro, you didn't sell it. Nobody nobody bought it from you for $200. Nobody bought it from you for $150, and then you got all the way down to $120. Because I understand it's a threshold. Like, hey man, like I can't sell it for too cheap. So at that time, in that situation, you just gotta hold on to it and hopefully somebody buy it eventually. But I understand you ain't gonna go to the point where it's like, okay, we know you got it for like $20, and then you gonna hold it for like $30. I understand that. We know. You know what's going on. You know the market. They go for $200 brand new. You got it for $20 at one of them, them Amazon pallet stores. But I understand you're trying to make some money, so I'm not knocking. But I was getting ready to pay $120. Even now, I'm still cool with paying one. I'll pay $120 for a 2 terabyte, no problem. Off of my Facebook Marketplace or off of eBay, no problem. I'll give you $120, and I don't care if you got the best price, whatever. No. If you got it for $120 right now, I'll give you $120 with no problem. Now I'll shake your hand. So they realized, okay, well, this time the lowest they went was $120 for a 2 terabyte. So now that was a year and a half ago, and nobody still bought it. Now, after all this BS is going on with the AI factories and stuff like that, now they trying to sell it for $500, $300. Like, bro, nobody bought it from you when you had it at the all-time low for $120. What makes you think somebody's gonna buy that same chip? It's been you had it for a year, bro. You got the information on Facebook. You see all the information. Dude been holding on for the damn memory card for over a year at $120. Nobody bought it, bro. It still have a best offer. It's still nobody bought it. So what makes you think somebody's gonna buy it for $300 when they didn't buy it for $120? So now they starting to see, okay, it's all hype. Now the prices are dropping down again. So I'm not worried about it right now. I know within like a week or so, I'm gonna go ahead and buy one. 2 terabyte, I'm gonna get it, and then that's a done deal. That's all I need. And I already have one, the little the portable one. It's like 2 terabytes, so that's cool too. But I just want the memory card. I could get a 1 terabyte, but it's like, nah, let me go for the gusto. I'm gonna get the 2. I'm gonna shut it down. I'm gonna have like what? That's like what? 5,000 terabytes, and I'm winning. Like that's it. That's all I need. I just want that something about that 2 terabyte. It just makes you official. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you can get the base model. You know what I mean? You can do that. That's cool. But something about the top of the line, like everybody gonna look at you different, like, hey, the top of the line, like, okay, you know, I like that better. That's just what it is. But at the end of the day, do you need that much? It depends on how much you game, whatever. But me, that 2 terabyte just be calling my name. So I'm like, okay, I get that. I'm shutting everything. I'm good. And you know, PlayStation be having those sales every now. You know, I can give me a couple of little cheap little $5 games, and I can stack up, and I'm good. You know what I mean? It's only so many games you really can get. And on top of that, are you really gonna play them? You know how they go. But anyway, that's the deal. So guys, remember, when you go out here, just know the market, man. Just know the market. At the end of the day, trying to make a sale. You know, I understand it's a time thing too, where you want to sell something today, or whether it be a couple months later. But nobody wants to hold on to something a year or two later, and then they still trying to sell it. So, but whatever. Like I say, guys, just be aware that even though you can buy the game outright digitally, just make sure it doesn't have, you know, the PS Plus yellow D-pad logo. But still, I want digital. I mean, I want physical. So if they really do it, okay, we're not gonna do we're not gonna do physical anymore in 2028. We're really gonna shut it down. Then I'm gonna go ahead and just look elsewhere. All the games I do have, like I said, I catch some on sale, you know, on the in the Play Store. You know, I mean in the Play Store, you know, in the PS Store, catch the games I do want to get, I get those. But other than that, it's like, if you're not gonna do physical ever again, supposedly, then I'm gonna go ahead and just, I'll just go ahead. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'll go to Xbox, because I'm gonna be honest with you, that new Gears of War, I played when it first came out. I played, I think I played like one of them. I ain't beat the whole thing, one of the buddies I was hanging out with at the time, he had the Xbox and he had it, so it was cool. But I seen the videos of the new one that's coming out. I'm like, bro, I'm getting that. And then, I'm trying to see if it's gonna eventually go to PlayStation. But suppose they say it's an Xbox exclusive. But whenever it drop, then more news will come out. We'll see how the market takes it, right? Like if they get antsy, like, hey man, we try to get some more money. Let's go ahead and go over here with it too. We'll see. But at the end of the day, if I really want to play the game, which I really do, I'll just end up buying the Xbox. I ain't tripping. Like I'm not worried about that. I'll just simply get an Xbox and get that. The first game I'm gonna get is that Gears of War. That game looks crazy. I'm definitely gonna get that. So if it don't end up on PlayStation, I'm cool with that. I'll just simply get an Xbox. But with that being said, since PlayStation is acting funny with, we're not gonna do no more physical copies. Okay, well, it's perfect timing, right? Like, okay, well, since you're not doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and go to Xbox. Of course, I'll play both, but it's like, it is what it is. So some people are like, oh, why you got all those games? And man, you got a lot of people who got a lot of different games. You got people who got like literally every game, they still have them to this day, and they still play them to this day. So, I mean, I can do that. So, of course, I'm not in a hurry to get it. But like I said, I'll just get one. I'm not sure. I get one off of eBay or something. I'm not worried about it. I ain't gonna get no brand new one. Like, nah, I don't want to dish out that kind of money. You know what I'm saying? The market's already old for that anyway. So I get it for a good deal. And then I get my Gears of War, and I'm cool with that. I'll literally just get the Xbox just for Gears of War, and then that's pretty much it, because you already know majority of the games on both systems anyway. But every now and then they have a game on here, a game, you know how they go. But, like Spider-Man, the reason why I bought my PS5 is so I can get Spider-Man 2. That's the sole reason why I bought the PS5. It's for Spider-Man 2. And of course I bought other games as well, but that's the main reason. So best believe I'll do the same thing for Gears of War, because that game looked crazy. I gotta play that. So, but anyway, guys, just understand what's going on. You can buy digital games outright. Just make sure you look for that logo. If that logo's on there, you'll never be able to own it. And but on top of that, you have to buy more storage. So if you like, okay, I'll just do digital. Okay, well go ahead and put those memory cards in your shopping cart, and then get ready to buy that, because you're gonna need those. Them games it's gonna chew up a lot of memory. And on top of that, it's like, how many games you gonna buy? To the point where, okay, well, you buy this game, you ran out of storage. It's gonna get to the point where you got too many games, you got to start deleting some, or what, you got to figure that out. But I'm gonna say this too: you're gonna have the tech guys. They're gonna rebel. What do you mean by real AMA? They're gonna rebel. Where there's a will, there's a way. They're simply gonna just make their. I'm gonna say this right now. I'm pretty sure my channel is tiny, so I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna get in trouble, but you will have people literally making physical copies. Yeah, that's right, physical copies. Guess what? They've been doing that. You literally get in the market right now, and you can find you a bootleg PS1, PS2, Xbox, whatever game, whatever disc they come on a regular disc, whatever game you look for, you can find a bootleg copy. Ask me how I know. Dreamcast days. Everybody in mine was slaying them things. I bought them too. Matter of fact, that's what broke my damn my damn Dreamcast, playing them bootleg games. So best believe, if they really go down like that, the people that's gonna manufacture these bootleg games, well, not bootleg, the copy games, or I guess bootleg, whatever you want to call it, right? It's the actual game that's gonna put it on the actual disc. They're gonna make a killing. Because if I were to do something like that, of course these games, you know, they average 75, and of course we know, not to stretch the video even further, but we know back in the day, because people pull up the old game magazines and catalog, you know, the sales papers, like for Target and stuff like that. The games were the same price back in the day too. I'm like, oh man, you know, but we ain't buying, right? Our parents bought them games. But now it's like, well, damn, you know, back in the 90s, the games was $75 too, $65 too. So what I would do if I were to get into that, I would simply sell it for $20 less. I would do that because I know it's 75, 60, whatever the price, you know, depending on what game it is, right? But you know, the average price about 65 to $75. That's the average. That's about the sweet spot for the video game. I would literally sell it for $20 less, because you have a lot of people they'll buy the games. I don't know how they get them, but they'll buy the actual games in bulk, and then they'll sell it for the same price. Like, no, bro. Like if I wanted to buy the game for the same price, I know it's new. That's cool, but it's like, I'm not gonna pay you $75 when I can just go to, you know, Target or whatever and get the same game for the same price. If anything, they have it on sale. So you just gotta be smart about it. You know, remember, you're not gonna make $1 million selling that one product, but you will make $1 million if you sell it for a good price. You know, it's a volume game. So me, if I were to do that, I don't know how to do it, but if I were to do that, I would literally make physical copies of the games that came out, and then I'll sell it for $20 less. Of course, I'm gonna fix it up. I'm gonna get you the blue case or whatever, and then make me make the actual the cover, make it look legit, and then I'm selling like that. You know, because they ain't coming no damn QR code, you know, nothing like that. But it's gonna have the blue case. It's gonna have the actual great graphics as far as the case cover, and then I'm gonna sell it for $20 less. So if it's going for 75, I got it for 50. I'm selling for 50 all day, depending on what kind of game it is. You know, if it's a AAA game, then you know how they go. But the minimum, the most I'm gonna sell it for is $50. I'm gonna sell it for $50. Any game that's not AAA, you know, I can do it for like 30 or whatever like that. I'm selling them like that, like crazy. That's how I would do it. So anybody, and I know that's gonna happen, because if you push the market, you know, the people far enough, we're gonna find a solution. This is how it is. Like, it's only so long you can oppress people. I guess that's the wrong word to use, but it's only so long you can oppress people to where they're gonna find a way. So by you canceling physical copies, guarantee you it's a team of guys, team of people that's ready to fire up them damn DVD players and Blu-ray players. They gonna start ripping games like crazy. They gonna start burning games like crazy, and those are gonna be the new millionaires. Of course, at some point, you know, they're gonna catch on or whatever like that, and then they're gonna try to shut it down, but those will be the new millionaires. Because best believe it's gonna be somebody going, hey, man, they come out with another Wolverine game. They say Wolverine 2 come out, the first one is just doing crazy. Matter of fact, perfect example. They don't make Grand Theft Auto 6 a physical copy. They just do straight digital. Oh my God. If they don't make an actual physical copy, like I say, I'm just giving you guys a prime example. But if they were to just hypothetically say, okay, Grand Theft Auto, we're gonna change it up. We're not gonna do physical. We're gonna do straight digital. You know how many people will come off of Grand Theft Auto 6 if they were to dub physical copies? They're gonna be instant millionaires, because that video game alone is gonna do billions of dollars when it first dropped. Billions of dollars when it first dropped. And on top of that, you know, the people, you know, as time goes, people gonna keep buying the game. They don't, you know, so many people gonna buy it right then and there, and then as time goes, people gonna keep buying the game after that. But still, if they were to do some crazy stuff like that, hey, we're not gonna do physical, we're gonna do digital, we're switching it up, it's gonna be so many people that's gonna come up off of dubbing Grand Theft Auto 6. And like I said, the game is like $75 or whatever the price is. All they can just sell for the regular price. They ain't got to cut no deal. Like, hey, nah, we got it. This is the price, $75, whatever the price they selling for. Digitally, they sell the same price physically. So if they sell, you know, they selling the Grand Theft Auto this the regular disc for 100. Oh no, I'm gonna make Grand Theft Auto as well, and I'm gonna sell for 100. I'm gonna make the physical disc for 100. I got you. Like I said, got the boot case, got the cover on there, the artwork, boom, right there. And then now you got all these other, lasers and stuff like that. I can actually I'll laser engrave the disc or whatever, Grand Theft Auto 6 logo on the front of the disc. We ain't gotta do no paper no more back in the day. Nah, we laser that thing on there. We'll have it on there. Lasers now, they got it where they color code. They color it. So it's gonna be just like the damn Grand Theft Auto logo you see now. And I'm gonna have that laser etched on there. Boom, there you go. $100. I'm shipping it out. Free pickup or free delivery, boom. I'm selling on every damn platform I possibly can. That you gonna make hundreds of thousands of dollars real quick off of that, and that's it. So just be mindful of it, man. But anyway, it's crazy what how this happening, but you need both because the thing about it is you don't want all them damn games on your system, bro, because this is most storage you have to buy, and like we know now, everything is constantly going up. So just be aware that you got some people like, oh, it don't matter to me. I'll just buy some more memory. Yeah, but everybody don't want to do that, and everybody can't do that. So just keep that in mind. And yeah, it's crazy, man. But like I say, 2028, that's what they talking about. But like I said, I'm gonna get the Wolverine, the Grand Theft Auto, and I'll pick it up. Even though I'm not, because this thing about it, that kind of game like that is just so much going on. Like Red Dead Redemption, like I do have part 2, but it's like you really had to get into that game. Like Grand Theft Auto 6, I'm gonna buy it. I don't know if I'm buying it on release day, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't care to get it right away. The Wolverine game, I'm getting that. The weekend drop, I'm buying that for sure. I'm getting that off rip. But the Grand Theft Auto 6, I'll buy that, but it'll be late on. But when the 2028 comes, we'll see what happens. But if they just do strictly digital after that, then I'm gonna go ahead and get my Xbox. And then later on, I'll go ahead and just build the PC, my game PC, and I'm done. I'm out the game. So, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it works out. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, what would you do? Make sure you like, share, subscribe, donate to the Cash App if you can. And yeah, until next time.